Maria Lea Carmen Mutin Salonga, born February 22, 1971, is a Filipino singer and actress. Known primarily for her work in theater, she has starred in musicals on Broadway and in the West End. Her accolades include a Tony Award and a Laurence Olivier Award, in addition to nominations for 2 Grammy Awards. She was conferred with the Presidential Medal of Merit in 1990 and the Order of L'Angela in 2007, and she was honored as a Disney legend in 2011. Salonga began her career as a child in Philippine musical theater productions and rose to international recognition in 1989 for playing the lead role of Kim in the original West End and Broadway productions of Miss Saigon. For her performance, she gained 5 awards: the Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actress in a Musical, the Drama Desk Award, the Outer Critics Circle Award, the Theatre World Award, and the Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical. Her further roles include Eponine in the Broadway and West End productions of Les Miserables, Wu Meili in the 2002 Broadway revival of Flower Drum Song, Fantine in the 2006 Broadway revival of Les Miserables, Kei Kimura in the original Broadway production of Allegiance, Ursley in the 2017 Broadway revival of Once on This Island, and Aurora Aquino in the original Broadway production of Here Lies Love. In 2023 and 2024, she starred in the West End production of the musical revue Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends. As a recording artist, Salonga began her music career at age 10. Her first album, Small Voice, was launched in 1981 and received a gold certification. She later signed a recording contract with Atlantic Records, releasing her platinum-certified self-titled album in 1993. Her subsequent releases include I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing, 1997, Lea, In Love, 1998, By Heart, 1999, and Inspired, 2007. On film, she portrayed Lisa in the Filipino comedy Tropang Bulit, 1981, and her performances as Sandy and Agnes in the romantic dramas Bakit Labi's Kid on Mahal, 1992, and Sana Malit Muli, 1995, respectively, were widely acclaimed. Additionally, Salonga provided a singing voice for the characters of Jasmine in Aladdin, 1992, and the titular character in Mulan, 1998, and Mulan 2, 2004. As a teenager, she hosted the variety show Love, Lea, and later appeared regularly on That's Entertainment. Her television acting credits include Lean Hughes on As the World Turns, Aunt Myrna on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and Elodie Hanrada on Pretty Little Liars. Furthermore, Salonga has expanded her career to include reality television as a coach on The Voice of the Philippines and its spin-off series, The Voice Kids and The Voice Teens. Life and career 1971 to 1989. Early life and career beginnings Maria Lea Carmen Mutin. Salonga was born on February 22, 1971 to Maria Legea Alcantara Mutin, born in 1937, and Feliciano Genuino Salonga, Jr., 1929 to 2016. She has a younger brother named Gerard. At age 3, she was trained by her aunt in singing. At age 6, she and her family relocated from Angeles City to Quezon City, then later San Juan. As a child, Salonga began singing at family parties. Her cousin, who was active with Repertory Philippines, encouraged her to audition for a production of The King and I, where she made her professional debut in 1978 at the age of 7. She played the title role in Annie in 1980, later reprising the role in 1984, and appeared in other productions such as Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Fiddler on the Roof, The Sound of Music, The Rose Tattoo, The Goodbye Girl, Paper Moon, and The Fantastics. In 1981, Salonga released her first album, Small Voice, which was certified gold in the Philippines, and made her film debut in the comedy film Tropang Bulit. As a young performer, Salonga received a Filipino Academy of Movie Arts and Sciences Award nomination for Best Child Actress and 3 Olive Awards for Best. From 1983 to 1985, she hosted her musical television show, Love, Lea, and was a member of the cast of German Moreno's teen variety show, That's Entertainment. In 1985, Salonga and her brother Gerard took part in the 8th Metro Manila Popular Music Festival as the interpreters for the song entry titled Musica, Lada, Saipo at La La La, composed by Tess Concepcion, which won second prize in the amateur division. That same year, she opened for the Puerto Rican boy band Menudo in their concerts in Manila. She again performed with the group in 1986 and 1987, also appearing on their English-Tagalog album, In Action. As a teenager, Salonga continued to act in films, appearing in Like Father, Like Son, Ninja Kids, Captain Barbell, and Pick Pack Boom. In early 1986, 14-year-old Salonga was noted to be attending KBL campaign sorties alongside other celebrities for the re-election of President Ferdinand Marcos in the 1986 snap election. In 1988, she released her second studio album, Lea, and opened for Stevie Wonder in Manila. She finished her primary and secondary education as salutatorian and valedictorian, respectively, at Operation Brotherhood OB, Montessori Center, before continuing on a pre-medical track at Ateneo de Manila University. 1989 to 1992, Miss Saigon and Aladdin in 1989, Salonga originated the leading role of Kim in the debut production of the musical Miss Saigon in London. For her initial Manila audition in 1988, the then 17-year-old Salonga chose to sing Alain Bubble and Claude Michel Schumberg's On My Own from Les Miserables. Salonga has sometimes credited the song as the starting point of her international career. After hearing her rendition, she was asked if she had prepared another song to perform. Although she had not prepared another song for the audition, she sang The Greatest Love of All. At her first callback audition, Salonga was asked to sing Sun and Moon and The Movie in My Mind, impressing the audition panel. In December 1988, Salonga appeared before the panel at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane in London to perform I'd Give My Life for You and Too Much for One Heart. After 3 days of intensive work sessions in London, Salonga was offered the lead role. During an episode of Stars in the House, streamed on March 28, 2020, Salonga told Seth Rudetsky and his husband, producer James Wesley, she found out that she was officially cast when she read the Sunday supplement of the Daily Mail. For her performance as Kim, Salonga won the 1990 Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actress in a Musical, becoming one of the youngest winners of the award. On December 21, 1990, Salonga performed with the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra, Ateneo College Glee Club, and guest singer Robert Senna in a homecoming concert in Manila entitled A Miss Called Lea, which was later broadcast on television. She also received the Presidential Award of Merit from President Corazon Aquino for her services to the arts. When Miss Saigon opened on Broadway in 1991, she again played the role of Kim, winning the Drama Desk, Outer Critics Circle, and Theatre World Awards, and becoming the second youngest actress and first actress of Asian descent to win a Tony Award. During the production transfer from West End to Broadway, a controversy erupted over Salonga's citizenship. The Actors' Equity Association, EA, initially prevented her from reprising the role, wishing to give priority to Asian American performers. However, Cameron McIntosh claimed he could not find a satisfactory replacement for Salonga, and an arbitrator later reversed the AEA ruling. In 1999, Salonga returned to reprise the role of Kim on Broadway, then again in 2001, at the age of 29, and after finishing the Manila run of the musical, this time to close the Broadway production. In 1991, she was named one of People magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People. In 1992, she performed the singing voice of Princess Jasmine in Disney's animated film Aladdin. Later that year, Salonga's agent submitted her to an audition for the leading role of Eliza Doolittle in the upcoming Broadway revival of My Fair Lady. However, the casting director for the production refused to see her because of her race. Shortly after, Salonga was contacted by Cameron McIntosh to join the Broadway production of Les Miserables, 1993 to 1996. Les Miserables films and other musicals in 1993, Salonga played the role of Eponine in the Broadway production of Les Miserables, becoming the first Asian actress to perform the role on Broadway. She performed the song A Whole New World from Aladdin with Brad Kane at the 65th Annual Academy Awards in Los Angeles, where the song won an Oscar, having already won a Golden Globe Award. That same year, she released her self-titled international debut album with Atlantic Records. In 1994, Salonga played in various musical theater productions in the Philippines and Singapore, such as Sandy in Grease, Eliza Doolittle and My Fair Lady, and The Witch in Into the Woods. In the U.S. in 1995, Salonga played the role of Jerry Reardon, an 18-year-old adopted Vietnamese-American child, in the Hallmark Hall of famed TV movie Redwood Curtain, which starred John Lithgow and Jeff Daniels. She then flew back to the Philippines to star with Filipino matinee idol Aga Mulak in the critically acclaimed film Sanam Maulit Muli, which gave her a second Filipino Academy of Movie Arts and Sciences Award nomination, this time for Best Actress. She reprised the role of Eponine in the 10th anniversary concert of Les Miserables at the Royal Albert Hall in London, which was recorded and later released as a film titled Les Miserables. The Dream Cast in Concert. In 1996, Salonga was again in Les Miserables as Eponine in the West End production of the musical. In September that same year, she continued to perform the role at the Neil S. Blaisdell Concert Hall in Honolulu, Hawaii, during the musical's U.S. national tour. In December 1996, Salonga represented the Philippines while performing at the WTO show, the closing ceremony for the inaugural World Trade Organization, WTO, ministerial conference held at the Suntec Singapore Convention and Exhibition Center. 1997 to 2004. Relationships, marriage, and continued work from 1997 to 2000. Salonga did recordings and concerts in the Philippines, another engagement in London, and a few returns to Miss Saigon in London and on Broadway. In 1997, she released I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing to gold sales in the Philippines. That recording was followed by Lea in Love in 1998 and By Heart in 2000, both albums reaching multiple platinum status in the Philippines. In 1998, she provided the singing voice for the title character in Mulan, before later reprising the role in the 2004 sequel Mulan 2. At age 28, Salonga moved to New York City, purchasing her own apartment. She participated in the 1998 tribute concert to Cameron Mackintosh in London entitled Hey, Mr. Producer, where she performed numbers from several of his musicals. In December 1998, Salonga appeared in an international panel of performers, along with Ian Glenn, Nicole Kidman, and Anna Manahan, for episode 277 of the American Theater Wing's documentary series Working in the Theater. In the Philippines in 1999, and again in 2000, she played Sonia Walsk in They're Playing Our Song. After performing in the 2000 production, Salonga began a relationship with Korean-American co-star Michael K. Lee. That same year, she enrolled for one semester at Fordham University, studying philosophy and history. She also performed in 4 concerts: the Homecoming Concert, the Millennium Concert, the Best of Manila, and Songs from the Screen, the last 2 being benefit shows. Salonga returned to Manila in Miss Saigon, staged at the Cultural Center of the Philippines at the end of 2000. In November 2001, while performing in the Los Angeles production of Flower Drum Song at the Mark Taper Forum, Salonga met Robert Rob Charles Chien, an American entrepreneur of Chinese and Japanese heritage. The two were married on January 10, 2004 at the Our Lady of the Angels Cathedral. She gave birth to their child Nick on May 16, 2006. After her final stint in Miss Saigon for its closing on Broadway in 2001, Salonga recreated the role of Lean Hughes, initially played by Ming Na Wan, in the soap opera As the World Turns. She guested on Russell Watson's The Voice concert, narrated for the television special My America, a poetry atlas of the United States, and appeared on the season 8 Christmas episode of the television medical drama ER, playing a patient with lymphoma. In 2002, Salonga returned to Broadway to play the leading role of Wu Meili, a Chinese immigrant, in a reinterpretation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Flower Drum Song opposite Jose Lana. This was after the reinvented musical had a run at the Mark Taper Forum in Los Angeles in 2001, with Salonga playing the role, and in 2002, winning an Ovation Award for Lead Actress in a Musical. The Salonga-led Broadway revival cast album was nominated for a 2004 Grammy Award for Best Musical Show Album. Salonga's performance was received positively by theater critics in New York, and she received a nomination for Distinguished Performance from the Drama League, among other honors. In September 2002, she appeared on Working in the Theater for a second time, along with John Cullum, Edie Falco, Stanley Tucci, Marissa Jarrett Winokur, and Charlene Woodard. Between the 2001 Los Angeles and 2002 Broadway productions of Flower Drum Song, she performed in a non-musical theatrical production for the first time, playing the role of Catherine in the stage play Proof in Manila. This was followed by a major concert, the Broadway Concert, at the Philippine International Convention Center. She also sang at the 56th Tony Awards with Harry Connick Jr., Peter Gallagher, and Michelle Lee in a number paying tribute to Richard Rodgers. From 2003 to 2004, Salonga did her first all-Filipino concert in Manila called Songs from Home, which later won her an Olivier Award as Entertainer of the Year. In 2003, she performed in several concerts at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. This was followed by a Christmas concert in the Philippines called Home for Christmas and performances at the Lenape Regional Performing Arts Center in Marlton, New Jersey, in 2004. Later, in 2004, she played Lizzie in the Manila production of the musical Baby, which earned her another nomination from the Olivier Awards. 2005 to 2007. International Ventures in 2005, Salonga gave her first U.S. concert tour. Later that year, on November 7th, she performed to a sold-out crowd at Carnegie Hall for the benefit of Diverse City Theater Company. The same year, she received the Golden Artist Award at the 53rd FAMAS Awards in honor of her international achievements, performed during the grand opening of Hong Kong's Disneyland, and recorded 2 songs on Daniel Rodriguez's album In the Presence. She also did voice work for Disney's English dub of Hayao Miyazaki's My Neighbor Totoro as Yasuko Kuzukabe. Salonga wrote the foreword to Linda Marquardt's The Right Way to Sing, 2005. In 2006, at the 15th Asian Games in Doha, Qatar, Salonga concluded the closing ceremony with the song Triumph of the One before an audience of 50,000 people at Khalifa International Stadium. In 2007, Salonga released her first studio album in 7 years called Inspired, which was certified platinum in the Philippines. On August 14, 2007, she received the Order of La Candela with the rank of Commander Commandante from Philippine President Gloria Arroyo in recognition of using her talents to benefit Philippine society and foster cultural exchange. She has also received the Congressional Medal of Achievement from the House of Representatives of the Philippines for showing the extent and depth of the Filipino musical talent and opening the way for other Filipino artists to break into the finest theaters in the world. In March 2007, Salonga returned to Broadway for another stint in the musical Les Miserables, this time as Fantine. Her rejoining the show boosted the musical's ticket sales. President Arroyo watched Salonga in this role, with Filipino-Americans Adam Jacobs as Marius and Ollie Ewell as Cosette. Salonga received rave reviews and made it again to the short list of Broadway.com's Audience Award favorites as Best Replacement. During her tenure on Broadway that season, she appeared in Broadway on Broadway 2007 and stars in The Alley 2007, spoke at the Broadway Artists Alliance Summer Intensives, guested on the Broadway Musical 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and participated in Broadway Cares/Equity Fights AIDS 12th Annual Nothing, like a Dame event to benefit the Women's Health Initiative of the Actors Fund. Right after doing Les Miserables, she performed in 2 events, at the U.S. Military Academy Band's concert in West Point, where she sang 4 songs and an encore, and in her concert at the Tarrytown Music Hall in New York. She was then busy with other concerts and musical events, including a Christmas presentation in Manila. 2008 to 2012. Philippine Daily Inquirer columnist and touring in 2008, Salonga gave concerts in the Philippines, California, Hawaii, Hong Kong, and Guam. On July 3, 2008, Salonga became a columnist in the Philippine Daily Inquirer with her column Backstory, Entertainment section. Introducing Lea Salonga, writer. Since then, she has written numerous columns for The Inquirer. She performed in Global Pop at the Music Center on July 11, 2008. It was presented by the Blue Ribbon, a group founded by Dorothy Chandler in 1968. Salonga gave a concert on July 11th at Los Angeles' Walt Disney Concert Hall. That same year, she received a special citation from the Award Awards. From late July 2008 to mid-2009, Salonga played the title role in the 30-week Asian tour of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, which premiered in Manila. Salonga performed a series of concerts in North America in 2009 and was asked to dance the Filipino novelty dances Ocho Ocho and Spaghetti. The same year, Salonga advertised the Avon Products line of anti-aging skin care products, a new rejuvenate in the Philippines. In June 2009, she sang at the 95th anniversary special of the Iglesia Ni Cristo. Salonga sang the patriotic song Bayan Ko at the Requiem Mass for former President Corazon Aquino at Manila Cathedral. Salonga celebrated 20 years of Miss Saigon by performing in concerts called Lea Salonga, Your Songs at the Philippine International Convention Center Plenary Hall on December 11th and 12th, 2009. In the same venue, Salonga received the Gussie Peace Prize in November 2009. From July to August 2010, Salonga played the role of Grisabella in the Manila run of the Asia-Pacific tour of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. In October, she played Fantine during the 25th anniversary concert of Les Miserables, 15 years after appearing in the 10th anniversary as Eponine. The same year, she served as a celebrity judge for Avon Voices. Salonga was honored as a Disney legend on August 19, 2011. She was one of the judges in the Miss Universe 2011 pageant in Sao Paulo, Brazil on September 12, 2011. Salonga and Darren Criss sang A Whole New World to its composer, Alan Menken, as Menken was named the winner of the 2011 Maestro Award at the Billboard/Hollywood Reporter Film and TV Music Conference on October 24, 2011. Salonga performed in a 6-concert series titled The Magic of Broadway and Disney Favorites in 2012 with the Palm Beach Pops. She starred in the first production of Allegiance at the Old Globe Theater in San Diego from September to October 2012. Salonga starred in the Philippine production of The Comedy God of Carnage in July 2012 at the Carlos P. Romulo Auditorium of RCBC Plaza in Manila. She reprised the role at the DBS Art Center in Singapore in November 2012. Also in 2012, Salonga was the guest narrator at Disney's Candlelight Processional at Epcot in Walt Disney World from December 14th to 16th, retelling the Christmas story accompanied by a 50-piece orchestra and a mass choir. 2013 to 2018. The Voice of the Philippines and returned to Broadway in January 2013, Salonga participated in Lincoln Center's American Songbook concert series at the Allen Room. In February in the Philippines, Salonga provided the theme song for TV5's reality singing competition Canta Pilipinas, and, together with Tyne Daly and Norm Lewis, she starred as mother in a concert performance of Ragtime at Lincoln Center's Avery Fisher Hall. Salonga headlined a concert series, 4 Stars, One World of Broadway musicals, in Tokyo, Osaka in June, performing with Ramin Karimloo, Sierra Boggess, and Yu Shirota. She was one of the 4 coaches, together with APL.AP, Sarah Geronimo, and Bamboo Manilak for the ABS-CBN program, The Voice of the Philippines, which premiered in June 2013. In December 2013, Salonga began her Lea Salonga playlist concert tour in the Philippines, celebrating her 35 years in show business. The concert series was extended to January 2014. Salonga wrote a book, Playlist, a celebration of 35 years, which she used as a souvenir program for the concerts. Salonga performing at the Malacanang Palace in 2014 and 2014. She returned for the 2nd season of The Voice of the Philippines and joined the new Philippine version of The Voice Kids, on which she has appeared for 3 seasons. Salonga recorded a song titled Wish That I Could Call You that was included in the charity compilation album Children in Need, released in March 2014. Also, in 2014 and 2015, she toured Asia and North America with Il Divo. In mid-2015, she performed a concert series in Australasia. Salonga reprised her role as Kei Kimura in the 2015-16 Broadway production of Allegiance. In the New York Times, Charles Isherwood wrote of her performance, "Her voice retains its plush beauty, and her culminating first act solo, Higher, is perhaps the show's musical highlight." Salonga guest starred on the April 2016 season finale of the American television series Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, playing Filipino heritage character Josh's visiting aunt, a former Star Search contestant in town for a wedding, at which she sings the episode's climactic Disney princess parody song, One Indescribable Instant. In Manila in November 2016, she appeared as Helen Bechtel in the international premiere of Fun Home. A review in ABS-CBN News said that she delivers a finely tuned performance, utilizing her prodigious stage presence to provide the cold and dark shadings to erstwhile peppy scenes with her subtle stares and held-back emotions. Days by days, she finally lets go of all the resentment and repressed anger of a woman stuck in a marriage built on a lie. Yet there is dignity in her breakdown. Salonga pulls it off with such clarity, both musically and emotionally, that it's difficult not to be moved. Salonga, after a performance of Once on This Island in 2016, Salonga won 2 more Olivier Awards, one for Best Major Concert in a Foreign Venue, and her second Entertainer of the Year award. The following year, she was one of the coaches on The Voice Teens. Also in 2017, she released an album, Bahagari. Lea Salonga sings traditional songs of the Philippines, with songs sung in several languages spoken in the Philippines. Salonga portrayed Ursula in the 2017 Broadway revival of Once on This Island at Circle in the Square Theater, where she received critical praise. She returned to the show for its final performances in December 2018 and January 2019. The cast recording for Once on This Island was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Musical Theater Album. 2019 to 2021. Yellow Rose, Sweeney Todd, and international concerts, Salonga appeared alongside Eva Noblezada, Dale Watson, and Princess Punzalan as a Philippine immigrant Aunt Gail in the musical film Yellow Rose, which premiered at the 2019 Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival. She also toured North America and the United Kingdom that year. Later, in 2019, she played Mrs. Lovett in a revival of Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street in Manila and in Singapore. Critics praise her crystalline tones that turned her numbers, especially by the sea, into unexpected showstoppers and called the performance a career high for the actress. Between these 2 short runs, she gave concerts in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane in November 2019. In March 2020, shortly after performing in Dubai, Salonga announced that her 2020 North American tour would be rescheduled due to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. In May 2020, she announced that the tour would again be rescheduled to fall 2021, but these dates were rescheduled again. During the pandemic, Salonga performed for several virtual global fundraising events and concerts. In August 2020, she released her single Dream Again, a song of hope and persistence. On November 27th, the PBS series Great Performances broadcast her 2019 concert at the Sydney Opera House, where she performed with the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. In 2021, Salonga voiced a mysterious woman in the Netflix series Centaur World. In September of the same year, she announced her Dream Again tour, named after her 2020 single. 1 month later, she announced she would also be touring the United States and Canada. On December 25th, 2021, Salonga returned to Dubai to perform a Christmas concert for Expo 2020 at the Dubai Exhibition Center. 2022 present. Returned to the stage and screen on April 6, 2022, Salonga began her Dream Again tour in the United States and Canada. Following the completion of this tour, she performed the song The Prayer at the 2022 National Memorial Day concert on the West Lawn of the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C., which was broadcast on PBS. On June 18th, she continued her tour in the United Kingdom. On July 28th, the critically acclaimed series Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin premiered on HBO Max, where Salonga portrays Elodie Hanrada. In September 2022, she began portraying Mama Subaru in the indie theatrical workshop of the new musical adaptation of The Song of Bernadette in Manhattan. In the same month, she was recognized by Time magazine at the Time 100 Impact Awards for being a lifelong role model for children of color. On October 27, 2022, Salonga was featured on Pentatonix's cover of Jose Marichan's Christmas in Our Hearts in their Christmas album, Holidays Around the World. On December 15, 16, and 17, 2022, she performed with the Tabernacle Choir as the featured guest artist in a series of Christmas concerts at the Conference Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. The event was televised on PBS in December 2023. Salonga at a White House State Dinner in 2023 and February 2023, it was announced that Salonga would make her producing debut and appear for a 5-week run in the original Broadway production of Here Lies Love in the role of Aurora Aquino, mother of Ninoy Aquino. The production notably marks the first time Salonga has played a Filipino role on the Broadway stage and her return to the Broadway theater, where Miss Saigon originally played. From March through July 2023, she performed concerts across the United States in California, New Jersey, Virginia, Texas, and North Carolina. On March 13th, she performed at the annual Broadway Backwards event at the New Amsterdam Theater. On April 26th, she performed for U.S. President Joe Biden, South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol, and other world leaders at a White House State Dinner alongside Jessica Vosk and Norm Lewis. On May 6th, she was recognized by Gold House at the second annual Gold House Gala, receiving the Gold Legend honor for a lifetime of indelible contributions to the success and representation of the Asian Pacific community. On May 25th, she was featured on Top AAPI Heritage Heroes 2023 on Hulu. In June 2023, it was announced that she would be featured on a studio recording for the upcoming musical Wild About You, which was released in December of the same year. She returned to London's West End to star alongside Bernadette Peters in the tribute revue Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends, which ran at the Gielgud Theater from September 21st, 2023 to January 6th, 2024. Salonga reprised her role as Elodie in Pretty Little Liars, Summer School, which premiered in May 2024. In June 2024, she appeared in the audio fiction series Does This Murder Make Me Look Gay? Alongside Michael Urie, Frankie Grande, Douglas Sills, Cheyenne Jackson, Jonathan Freeman, Brad Oscar, Robin DeJesus, Leah Delaria, Seth Rudetsky, and Kate McKinnon. In the same month, she began performing her third UK concert tour, stage, screen, and everything in between, which included a concert at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, where the original production of Miss Saigon premiered. In October of the same year, Salonga starred in a Filipino production of the Franz Xaver Kroot solo play Wunschkonzert, or Request Program, retitled Request Essay Radio, at the Samsung Performing Arts Center in Manila. She alternated the lead role of Ms. Reyes with Filipino actress Dolly De Leon. On November 1st, 2024, Salonga released Sounding Joy, her first holiday album in over 2 decades. That same month, she performed on the Sesame Street float at the 2024 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In January 2025, Salonga made a guest appearance on an episode of Finding Your Roots. In the same year, Salonga and Bernadette Peters will reprise their performances in the Broadway production of Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends at the Samuel J. Friedman Theater, following a pre-Broadway run at the Amundsen Theater in Los Angeles. Artistry, musical style, and themes in her popular music releases, Salonga has sung simple love songs, common in original Filipino music. Influences Salonga's style and music have been inspired by musical artists such as ABBA, The Carpenters, particularly Karen Carpenter, Olivia Newton-John, The Osmonds, Elaine Paige, and Barbra Streisand. She has noted that these performers provided clear voices that really helped the listener focus on the lyrics besides the tone and music. Salonga has repeatedly praised Streisand as one of her favorites for her mammoth career in singing, acting, producing, and arranging. During her January 15, 2000 concert at the Philippine International Convention Center, Salonga called Streisand one of her idols. Voice Lea Salonga at MS Lea Salonga Twitter logo. A stylized blue bird replying to at Alienatics, "I'm a alto/mezzo. My natural voice sits low to mid-range." August 17, 2013, Salonga has been praised for her absolute pitch and control over her powerful vocals, which can evoke a wide array of emotions and soundscapes. Her voice has been described as golden by Marilyn Stasio for Variety magazine and clear and as sparkling as Baccarat crystal by Rex Reed for Observer. Due to her vocal versatility, her vocal range and type classifications are often debated. When Salonga performed as Kim in Miss Saigon, she was expected to utilize most of her range, hitting notes as low as E3 and as high as D5. In both Disney princess singing roles, Jasmine and Mulan, Salonga uses head tones that reach up to F5. Philanthropy and Activism, Reproductive Rights, and Sex Education in 1987, the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, the United States Agency for International Development, and the Population Center Foundation, later renamed the Philippine Center for Population and Development, established the Philippine Young People's Project and selected Salonga and Menudo to lead the campaign. Music videos, commercials, and live performances were used to sell the message of responsible sexual behavior and to encourage counseling for discussing and solving their problems. Additionally, Salonga promoted the campaign's program Dial a Friend, a telephone hotline that provides confidential counseling regarding mental health, relationships, and contraception. You don't have to be pro-contraception to be pro-reproductive health. You choose for yourself, because I believe every individual has a choice. Salonga, during a 2011 interview on State of the Nation in 2011, Salonga expressed support for the Reproductive Health, RH Bill, later signed and known as the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012 or RH Law. On May 18, 2011, she was interviewed by Jessica Soho on State of the Nation about her views on the controversial bill. In the interview, Salonga showed understanding towards the anti-contraceptive stance held by many Filipino Catholics at the time, but stated that the bill was designed to serve every single Filipino. World Hunger on October 15, 2010, Salonga was appointed Goodwill Ambassador for the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, of the United Nations. In a speech, she stated, "I am very honored to assume today the office of Goodwill Ambassador of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. It is of great significance to me, as an artist, as a woman, as a mother, to have the opportunity to participate in this global effort to give support to the hungry and impoverished." LGBT rights. Salonga has been openly supportive of LGBT equality for many years. On October 12, 2009, during a benefit concert held at the Philippine Center's Kalayaan Hall for the victims of Typhoon Ondoy, she referenced the National Equality March in Washington, D.C. and stated, "I believe that every single human being has the fundamental right to marry whoever they want." In 2011, the advocate called her a major gay icon. In February 2016, Salonga criticized Filipino politician and former professional boxer Manny Pacquiao via Twitter for his views on homosexuality and same-sex marriage. In October 2018, she tweeted, "Trans rights are human rights, and trans people will not be erased." Racial prejudice and violence. On March 29, 2021, Salonga condemned the rise of violent attacks on Asian Americans during the COVID-19 pandemic. On April 21, 2021, she appeared with actress Lucy Liu, politician Hillary Clinton, and others in the hashtag AAPI Women Strong, organizing beyond a hashtag forum to share their experiences and spread awareness of anti-Asian hate. For her performance as the leading role of Kim in Miss Saigon, Salonga won Outstanding Performance of the Year by an Actress in a Musical at the 1990 Laurence Olivier Awards before making history as the first Asian actress to win a Tony Award and the second youngest actress to win for Best Performance by a leading actress in a musical. She later became the first Asian actress to portray the role of Eponine when she joined the Broadway production of Les Miserables in early 1993. In 1993, she also became the first Filipino artist to sign with an international record label when she signed with Atlantic Records. In 1990, she received a Presidential Medal of Merit from President Corazon Aquino for her services to the arts. In 2007, President Gloria Arroyo honored Salonga with the rank of Commander of the Order of La Candela in recognition of using her talents to benefit Philippine society and foster cultural exchange. The House of Representatives of the Philippines also awarded her the Congressional Medal of Achievement for showing the extent and depth of the Filipino musical talent and opening the way for other Filipino artists to break into the finest theaters in the world.